Hey, it's me. I thought I would do a video on basic, like an introduction to double spring traps. This is a small variety. I had them out. I got to clean them and get them oiled and dipped and everything. But as you can see, it's double spring. This one has about 50 pounds on it. So the way these works is you have a pan, which is right here. Okay, as you can see, this is basically your dog. Okay, so when you set the trap, like when these are down, you pull them apart, which I'll, I have to do with my feet. This goes over this, like this dog right here goes over this part, and the pan locks it down like that. The way you adjust these is right now it's going to take it's got pressure on it, it's going to have a certain amount, like this dog will fit in there. Okay, like it'll be like, for example, like that. Okay, now the way this works is the pressure is going to take a full amount of pressure to release this, release the dogs, the traps slam shut. Okay, the way you adjust the pressure on how much you want to be able to activate the trap is by following the end right here. That way you can set it to where it's barely got it, like that. Okay, so that way just a small amount of pressure will release it. So I'm going to go ahead and set these, and then you'll see how strong they actually are. Trying to do this barefoot on carpet isn't the most ideal, because the carpet gives more than it should. Okay, let's see if we can do this. Find something I can put this on. If not, I'll use my other one. Let's see here. Here's an old notebook. Maybe that won't have that much give in it. So like I said, it's not always you gotta have I almost had it. See, I almost had it. Basically, it's the and I have these set to a hair trigger, mostly for catching cats. Make sure everything's well away. Well, you could probably heard the force that these things have. Yeah, I've got that trimmed down to a hair trigger. Let me check my other one right fast. This is a bigger one I use. This is for coyotes. As you can see, this one's been put up for a while. I need to oil them anyway. But let's see if we can get this one to work a little bit better. And it's set up exactly the same way. A pan. Yeah, I've got this one set at a little more weight. So I just want to show you what they look like. And this one, stay out of the way of this one. This one's got about 500 pounds on it. Okay. This goes off, you'll see me jump. As you can see how they set. Now you want to bury these and sprinkle just a little bit of grass, a little bit of leaves over top of them. But see how high that pan sets? You see that? Now this one has got, it takes about 10 to 15 pounds to release this one. As you can see, the dog is what's holding it. This side over here, you can pretty much move with your finger. You know, you can move it if you want. We'll get into the chain and everything like that in a second. I just wanted you to see it. That's about 500 pounds of pressure on that. Okay. Now, as I set it off, we'll take this right here, as you can see, is a brand new Centinela candle. Okay, brand new. We'll see what it does, okay? It almost cut it in half. Okay? Just to put that in perspective, well, it almost cut it in half. Whatever you trap in these are not going anywhere. Okay? The way this works, if you ever watched an animal, they don't just put constant pressure on something. They jerk at it. So it's always doing this. So you have a swivel attached to a swivel on this end. And then this would have a rod or a rope or a lead attached to it around a tree, around some solid where they're not going to get away from it. Because as you can see, that's going to cause damage. Most of the time, it'll just bruise and crack the bone. The stories you hear about animals chewing their leg bones off and stuff to get away, for the most part, is indeed lies. I'm sure it does happen, and I'm sure it will happen. But as you can see, what that trap did. Okay? And this is hard. So it went in a good ½ inch. Okay? But that's also made for coyotes, dogs, stuff like that. Okay. Now what I was talking about, if you look, these things were folded down. This is where your power is. This is attached to the spring right here. Okay, this is your pan. I have it set to about a 10 to 15 pound throw on the pan, which means it's going to take, to get this to release, it's going to take 10 or 15 pounds for that to go down. Okay? And it's a split second from when it closes. Okay, like I was talking about, this, since it has a swivel on both sides, the animal doesn't put constant force. Whether it's a snare, whether it's, you know, a foot trap like this, it's going to jerk on it. And it's going to do everything it can to get out of it. That's what keeps it away. That's why you check your traps about every 8 hours, every 12 hours. I think the law says they have to be checked, it's either every 12 or 18 hours. Okay? Now, why is trapping better than hunting? For one, trapping is passive. You can put out snares, you can put out pollute deadfalls, you can put out leg holds, you can put out whatever. As long as, you know, if you want to do pollute deadfalls or snares, figure 4 traps, as long as you put them out there, they're going to work. They're going to. They work when you're not. Okay? Trapping was started not only in the fur trade, but it also fed people's families. Okay? Because like I said, you put out 20 traps, you're going to catch something. You know, it might not be all 20 go off. It might be one or two, but that's still a meal for a day. That's how you have to look at it. It's a numbers game. The more you put out, the more you have success. Now I'm going to do Purell because there have been animals in those traps, and as you saw them, I've not cleaned them. I mean, I've cleaned them, but not like I should, to be honest with you. Now let's talk about the ethics of trapping for a little bit while we're doing this. Trap for target game animals. In other words, set the trap when you bait it, and I'll go into that in a later video, for a target specific game. Okay, now you're going to catch other game. That's just kind of the way it is. At the end of the day, do what you can to target what you want. Okay, and if you trap it, you kill it, you eat it. There's no reason to kill an animal unless you're going to eat it. So, just to go over what we covered before, we'll use this one. This is a double spring. You can have single springs, you can have other types of traps, and we'll cover them. But this is a double spring, a double coil. Okay, that puts pressure on these going up, which in turn closes the trap. This is the pan. This is where you want them to step. Okay. This is your dog. Okay, that's your trigger pin, basically. Okay. This right here is basically to kind of put it into the ground and anchor it. This is your chain, your lead chain to your swivel. Okay, and you have a swivel on both ends. Okay, so we'll go more in depth, and I'll see who these are made by. I can't really make it. It's a Duke. It's a Duke trap made in the US of A. Weston. Anyway, it's a double coil. So they're around about $8 a piece. If something ever did happen, you'd want to trap mostly because, like I said, they work when you're not, and it's just a numbers game. So don't think traps are anything to kid around with. Know what you're doing, as you can see. But have some common sense. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. Share, like, comment, do all that other stuff. I'll be back real soon. Love you.